Hello, the internet, and welcome back to the live stream. It is Monday, the 20th of July, 2020. I am still super pumped. You know why, but I want to just touch on this briefly before we move into that. The 20th of July, this is the 20th live stream I've taken part in for the month of July as the project JuLive. What is JuLive? JuLive is live every day on the channel here on YouTube. Now, you know I do live content daily on DLive. Well, we've been doing live content daily on YouTube in the morning and then live content daily on DLive in the evening. This is JuLive. This is a project or a concept that was thought of by Danny Black. Now, I've got his link in the chit chat. If you are watching this and you want to give the man some praise, you want him to feel the gives love, we'll go ahead and hit that link in the chit chat. That'll take you to his channel where you can say, dude, I like the idea of JuLive. Now, let me be clear. Going live every day, that's not a new concept, but the idea of calling it JuLive, flipping the live upside down, putting it on the back of July, that's Danny's idea. So I want to make sure he gets the props there. Did I put that in the chit chat? I don't know if I even put it in the chit chat. My bad. I don't think I actually hit the button. I'm that excited. I'm going to hit the button again. It should be in the chit chat. Well, there it is. It took a little while. There'll be two links there now for Danny. Feel the gives love. Feel it, Danny. I don't want to go on too much about that, but I want to be clear. It's not my concept. It's his concept. So there's the love. Wow, folks, I'm tired. I didn't get any sleep last night. The reason being I was dreaming or sleep dreaming about my streaming from Steve Vane experience from yesterday, and I was trying to do things better, and I stayed up late last night. I was up till 1 a.m. and I was trying to so there was a couple of things that sort of, now you know me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. There was a couple of things that sort of bugged me about my stream yesterday. One of them was actually only noticeable if you were, I guess, if you were looking close. And it was really noticeable in instances such as when we stopped in front of the fish and chip shop and a couple of people walked in front of the camera. You would see like a stagger as they were walking along. And I understand that that's like a frame rate issue. The trouble is, I'm streaming 1080-30 from OBS. The live view solo is picking up 1080-60, but that's not 60 frames, that's 60 hertz. That's the refresh rate. So I got thinking, well, hang on, 60 hertz is double 30 frames. So technically it should look like a huge lag, but it only looks like a real short lag. And I was trying to think, why would that be? And then I put up a thread in this group for LiveView users asking about this. And they said, well, hang on a second. Or one person said, hold on a second. If you're not using OBS to stream, you're just using OBS to create the scene. And then you're using the HDMI output. So technically, the frame rate that you're sending to the LiveView Solo down the HDMI pipeline is not the frame rate of your video that you're creating. It's actually the refresh rate of the screen on your laptop where you're displaying OBS. And that made a lot of sense to me. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So then I went and tried to investigate how you could change the refresh rate of a laptop, of a MacBook Pro, to sync it together with the receiving end. And it's very simple. You just go into your display settings. Well, it's actually not simple. It's hidden. You've got to hold down Option when you're checking. I've got a scaled resolution. My eyesight's not so good, so my resolution here is not default for screen. It's a scaled version. I think it's one to the side. So you hold down Option, you hit the scale button, then it brings up your refresh rate, and it turns out, now I haven't tested this, but it turns out the refresh rate on the laptop screen was 59.97 hertz. And the refresh rate on the receiving end on the LiveView Solo was 60 hertz. So that 0.3 of a hertz really hurt me. And that's why you see, well, this is what I think. This is why you're seeing a little jaggering as it's going, because it's refreshing underneath what the actual receiving end is refreshing. So I set them both to 60. And when we do the DLive version, either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday this week, whenever it is, we'll check that. The other thing I thought might have been an issue is on my GH5, right now I'm sending in an uncompressed 4K 60 and 150 megabits. Actually, no, that's wrong. You know what I've done? Rookie mistake. This here is 4K 30, 150 megabits. I was using custom function 1, which is 4K 60, 150 megabits. So I got to set up a custom function 3, a C3, and I'll set it to 1080p 30. And that way the tech isn't doing all the hard encoding because it doesn't need to. Why shoot it in 4K if you're going to just dump it down to 60 to 1080? Anyway, those are my thoughts on the tech side of it. Oh, by the way, the other thing too, when we had frames dropping, that was very, very strange. I've never seen OBS dropping frames when it's literally not broadcasting. I mean, like I said, I'm streaming through OBS right now. I've got kilobytes, it's 5,600. And if I see drop frames, then it's like, well, that's an internet issue, right? By the way, there's drop frames 0 right now, 0.0%. But when it was sitting there, like literally just sitting on my laptop with the scene up and the HDMI out, I was like, why? How can that drop frames? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But I guess the telltale sign there is that it's actually dropping frames in the render. It's dropping frames creating the scene. That's good to know, right? If you start seeing drop frames while you're streaming through OBS, think about this. It might not be your internet. It could be your GPU, your processor that's being overloaded by something. Now, I'm not 100% certain, but I think Chrome's a resource hog. We all know that. And it was running in the background to get the text-to-speech to work because Chrome has extensions, and the text-to-speech, the TTS extension on Chrome is brilliant. So that's why I had it running. So what I'm thinking about doing is maybe just somehow assigning less resources to Chrome and also minimizing it to the dock while it's running, because I'm not actually needing it on screen. So therefore there'll be no display requirement for Chrome. These are little tech issues, and this is what kept me up last night. But you know me, I want to do this. We did it very well yesterday, but there is ways to do it even better, I think, and we're nutting it out. But let me go up in the chit chat, because this is as much about you guys as it is me, because you guys were all there. Yeeta Boy was not there. I don't even know who Yeeta Boy is. Yeeta Boy. Let me go up in the top of the chit chat. I said hello to the internet. Then Yeeta Boy 456. Hello, gives a minute. First one here, mate. Yeah, you were. You're welcome, and welcome to the channel. And then they said, I've been a long-term subscriber. I've never seen your handle before. Yeeter boy. Yeeter boy. The question is, do you have a Discord? I do indeed. It's called Gives a Minute. By the way, if you wanted to call in, I just put a little linky poo in the chit chat. That's a link to the Discord for today. It's also a link to the Discord forever. If you wanted to join the Discord and you want to call in and talk about what you thought on the live stream yesterday, you're welcome to. That's there. Mindy, hello out there. Hello, Mindy. And Mindy, thank you so much for your generous donation after the fact on the stream. That's really, really kind of you. That is totally going to come in handy for fuel. What I'm going to do now, I've got a graphic overlay on the stream which has like a fuel gauge. I'm going to do 4 versions of that. I'm going to recreate it. I'm going to make 4 versions of it so that I can trigger the version that says the tank's full. Then I can trigger one that's got 3/4, half, a quarter, and empty. And what I'll do when I'm doing the streaming from Stevan, I'll go and fill up, and then I'll trigger the graphic to say you've got a full tank here. And that's thanks to you, Mindy. Thank you so much. It's really kind of you. Thank you and I know not everyone's here right now, but thank you to those other super chats that happened on the stream. Wow, Happy Canadian coming swinging in. That's amazing. Just Edie also dropping super chats. It's really, really kind. And that stuff, as you know, that always goes back into the stream. So that's going to go into fuel, basically. Fuel's a bit of a funny one in Australia. Well, since COVID, it's been cheap, but I pay for diesel. We have to put diesel in, Stevan, and I normally pay about $1.30, $1.40 a litre, $1.50 a litre. But during COVID, it dropped down to $1.11, which is kind of rad, but that's that's then. Now it's kind of creeping back up again. Mindy asked, have you received your padded shirt yet? Not yet. Hasn't arrived yet. It probably will arrive today. But I do have, I want to show you something about that because it's, you asked me, you said deliveries are so slow there. Any idea where it's coming from? It's ironic. I'll just show it to you now. This is the padded vest that I've bought. This is from a company called Ocean and Earth, a big surfing company in Australia and globally. This is what I've literally bought, a rib guard padded long sleeve vest. I think I got the black version though. I might have got the grey one, I can't recall. Anyway, it looks pretty slick. Padded lightweight neoprene foam chest panels helps cushion ribs against rib cage trauma, also known as surfer's knots. Padded lightweight neoprene foam chest panels, 50% UV protection, elastics. Okay, cool. Interestingly, if you scroll down on the Ocean and Earth website, all the way to the bottom, the address right here, 12 The Springs Road, Sussex Inlet. Sussex Inlet is, it's literally the same postcode here. This is the same postcode as Culbar. This vest is coming from down the street, more or less. And we will get to down the street when we're going to do Sussex Inlet, basically. We're going to stream from Steve Ann in Sussex Inlet. So maybe I'll swing by the Ocean and Earth warehouse or the address, 12 The Springs Road, Sussex Inlet. I'll tell you what though, if I had it yesterday, I probably would have gone out for a wave at the Warrain Beach. That was firing, right? That was firing there. But good question, Mindy. Well noted. Tim Arskog in the house. Timski, how you going, buddy? How do you do? Good morning, everyone. TKK 9090, TKK. How are you, man? Good to see you. Mindy says you're very welcoming and deserving. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mindy. It's so kind of you. I'm going to bring the chat up on screen here. That is so kind of you, Mindy. I really appreciate that. You've been here for a long time on Gives a Minute. You've been supportive the whole way through. So I mean, it gave me great pleasure to give this in a selfish way. I felt very validated last night, and that's why I couldn't sleep. I was so excited because I'd been really talking about this for too long, right? I know that I talked this up. I know that I did what I never do. I never talk about something before it's locked in. I thought this was locked in arguably 8 months ago. I thought this was ready to go back then. And that's why it killed me that I couldn't deliver it. So when I did deliver and it was working, it really gave me satisfaction. I was like, yep, okay. I feel validated now. Benny in the house. Good morning, Ben on the chat. G'day, Benny. How are you, my friend? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I've felt very validated. Very, very validated. And it's a celebration for me. It's also a celebration for you guys. That's what I want to hit on here. It's a celebration for you guys. Tim with a message retraction. Timski's retracting a lot of messages these days. But I want to take a little look at the stream. I want to take a little look at it. I want to see what you guys think. Just catching up on, some of the highlights, I suppose. Penny, I like that you talk about it with the givers. Thank you, Mindy. Yeah, I mean, you know me. When I have something on the boil, not often. I never talk about it until like when I was going Vanuatu and Fiji, I never mentioned any of that. Like I was working on that concept for 7 months to get everything locked together. And when I finally got all the confirmations that, yep, you're going to be going to this resort, then you're going to go to that one and this one, and you're going to be doing this and that. When it was locked in, I was like, hey, I'm off to Fiji from snorkel mask reviews, and this is what I've got. This is what I got planned. The worst thing I could have done is said, hey, guys, I really want to go to Fiji and do snorkel mask reviews. So I'm going to do that. And then it doesn't happen, right? We see it a lot. A lot of creators out there will talk up their thing, and then their thing won't happen. And then if they get asked about it, they'll be like, oh yeah, it never happened, or whatever, it failed. Like, I just don't like that. I don't like the letdown for you guys, and I don't like the letdown for me. So I tend to keep things under my chest until it's completely confirmed. This one's a strange one though, because of the tech and the way it rolled out was kind of like, I needed to learn a lot about tech before this concept could be delivered. stupidly, I thought I could do it on one 4G connection without a live view solo. How careless was that, right? That was ridiculous. That was a silly thought of mine. Yeah, just go. You just need one internet connection from 4G. You'll be good. Wow, you need two internet connections. You need a live view solo bonding those two suckers together, hands down. Mindy, it makes us feel part of it when you talk about it with us, and we can contribute ideas and help. Okay, that's a fair point, and that's to counteract what I've just said. For sure, I can see that angle, and in some ways, I do that. Like in certain instances, I'll do that with you guys, and I'll pitch ideas and concepts. But when it's something such as, well, even taking not just this example of streaming from Steven, but taking the concept of like, I'm going to be ending the daily vlog. I've been nutting this out when this daily vlog series began at midday. So when I flipped from the midnight to the midday, and then I took a week off, then I came back with the midday. It was at that point where I was thinking, dude, I got to change this up. I got to mix this up. I got to make this better. Either they got to be longer, more thought out daily vlogs, or they need to be stopped, and you need to put those poppin' daily vlogs need to go into actual videos, because you can then monetize it better. So I was thinking about that, and then, you know, I let that cat out about 3 weeks ago, after Xander came in here instructing me on what I should do, right? I was like, well, hang on, if I don't let this out now, if I don't talk about this, people are going to say, you're just doing that because he said that. And it's like, well, no, I've actually got my plan, and I've got my concept, and I don't need, like, yeah, I don't want to dig too deep into that, because those people just want to bring me down, and I'm not going to let that happen. But I just needed to cover myself. But Mindy, I get your point. You can contribute the ideas and help, for sure, yeah. And that comes down to many different options as well, like even just things like, you know, do you want the chat on screen? A basic question, like when we're streaming from Steven, do you think the chat should be up there or off screen? And everyone was like, take it off, man. Like, we want to see the street. We don't want to see our chat. Get it off there. Fine. It's easier for me not to have it on screen, so get rid of it. The other thing, like last night when we were sitting down at the sunset, and it's like, now I'm enjoying text to speech because it kind of reminds me and prompts me to look over to the chat. But do you want to not hear it on stream? And people were like, yeah, we don't want to hear it. We want to hear the sound. Like, we want to hear your voice in the ocean. So get rid of the text to speech. So I turned it off for you, but I left it on in my cans. And those kind of things make all the difference, right? That's exactly what live is, I think. And that's why live is so beautiful, because it's live, right? Interactive. Tim says, Benon, any updates from the surfer Patrick? None, dude. I mean, I haven't checked out his channel. Let's go and have a look at his channel. I haven't been on there for a while. Patrick Becomes. I did see a very lousy video he put up there. He put up a real bad surfing one. Here's his channel. This was it. This one's really. Oh, that was a shorter one. No, it was a shorter one. It wasn't that.
It's time for me to stop the dailies. The main reason why I ever started this channel was to get better at video and to explore, learn as much as possible about it. That is also why I started the daily vlogs, because I wanted to stop myself from procrastinating, I wanted to get faster in my decision making, and I also wanted to get better at editing. Now I've done it for 60 days, and I was gonna decide after 2 months.
We watched that already, but that, I mean, it's a shame when someone just pulls up and leaves, but it's their personal decision, right? We've seen it with Millsy on DLive, and he's not leaving now. If you saw that stream last night. By the way, folks, I don't know what's going on DLive. I don't understand why my streams are always messy. I don't like. I'm literally here. In fact, I'm gonna copy my presets over, and I'm gonna stream exactly the same on DLive this afternoon. And ironically, I'm just using one connection. I'm using my one 4G connection here, streaming to YouTube flawlessly, not through Restream, just straight naked into YouTube. It's working fine. I don't understand it. But I did want to have a look at the stream here, folks. Let's go and have a look at this. This is how this thing began. Now, there's a little bit of a delay here when the stream starts because I've got to turn on the live view solo and trigger the stream. So I got to kind of work out exactly how that timing's going to work, right? This is too long, this black screen. When it cuts in, it works, but it's too long. Also, a little audio glitch there. Now I'm getting super picky, right? Super picky. I realize that. And we don't need to watch all this. I just want you guys to see how I analyze this stuff after the fact, like what I do and sit down, and we'll skip forward here. It also killed me that I didn't run my actually, let's just let this run. It kills me that I didn't run my location video at the start, which I was supposed to, right? It's like supposed to be you're supposed to do the welcome, hello, g'day, and welcome to the stream, and then this is where we're going to be going today, trigger the location video, but I forgot. I was too excited. And also, there's a couple of tech issues at this point, like even though you can't hear it, my mic is live right there, and there's no way to unlive it. Or there is, but I've actually bought an inline cable that I can turn the mic off. Now you might say, why don't you just mute it in OBS? It's not that simple. I'm not actually taking... All of my audio mixing happens in OBS except for my microphone. The microphone's a direct link in to system audio. Technical, but this is all the stuff that I've had to sort of had to work this crap out, right? Even though I see my microphone in OBS, it's not coming from there. It's coming from directly internal Mac audio. The resort thing was really out of your hands, so it's hard to know what others in charge will decide. Yeah, true, Mindy. That one was best kept to myself, for sure.
Well, hello.
I like it how right here you can see Jack Daniels. I mean, it's very subtle, but you can see Jack Daniels up there. I like that. I like how there's always Jack Daniels involved in my streams. And I had a few Jacks too last night. But yeah, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this graphic. I'm going to make a full one, a quarter, a three-quarter, a half, a quarter, and an empty. Yeah.
You want to go for a drive? Why don't we take a drive in Stevan?
Now, if you look carefully at this, the resolution, even though it's 1080, it's a little blocky. I'm not going to lie. That's a little blocky. That's a little blocky for my liking. I don't think that is the refresh issue. The refresh issue is a little bit of staggering that you see, not what we're seeing here. That's just bad encoding, I think. And if that's the way that the live view solo encodes, I'm going to try to work on getting that better, because that's not that clean.
It'd be lovely. Wouldn't it be a nice idea to take you all for a drive around my town? This is the township of Culburra Beach. It gives me great pleasure to finally be able to take you out and show you this town. Streaming from Stevan. Now, of course, there's a few things I've got to do to verify that we are good. I'm going to take my phone out of my pocket. A couple of rules. While driving a vehicle in Australia, you're not allowed to have a visual display on. A VDU, they call it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to have text-to-speech on. Now, text-to-speech will not be something you can see, but you'll be able to hear it. So I'm going to turn that on right now. And I've got to tell you something. I'm extremely nervous here, folks.
And also, text-to-speech is not monitored through OBS. Text-to-speech is system audio coming directly off Chrome. So I'm using... I can probably show it to you, actually. I'm using Loopback. Let me open up Loopback and show it to you here. I'm using Loopback. Is that big enough? Make that really large for you if you can. Oh, it doesn't change the font size. That's kind of crazy. It just changes the cable length. What a crazy zoom. Look at this. It doesn't actually change the text size, just changes the cable. I guess that's a clearer indicator though. So I'm using loopback, and this is the one that I use for streaming from Stevan Audio. If you've never seen loopback and you're on a Mac, man, you gotta buy this app. It's incredible. So basically, what this tells me here, this is my main. So hang on, I guess I should go from the back out. These monitors here, the VA, you can't see that very clear, can you? The VA 1809A. Now, what is the VA? That's just the general name that is assigned to the LiveView Solo. I can't change it. I wish I could change it and call it LiveView Solo, but you can't. Now, the other monitor device is obviously external headphones. So that's when I plug in my cans directly into the MacBook Pro. Now, you can see that there's a couple of different routing options here. USB capture HDMI is literally the microphone on top of the GH5. Now that one I've routed into channels 3 and 4, and you can see that I don't actually hear that because this just goes directly into this just pumps directly into the LiveView Solo. So I don't actually hear that. If I drew a cable up here, I would then start hearing, or do it stereo, I would then start hearing my audio from the microphone in my cans. I don't want that, so I just get rid of those cables. Get rid of that cable. So now that only goes into the LiveView Solo, but then OBS here, this one here, OBS pumps into channels 1 and 2, and you see that OBS goes into the VA, the LiveView Solo, and into my cans, so I can hear what's going on in OBS. I can hear anything that patches into OBS. So OBS has the system audio, the Streamlabs notifications, the Towdy Labs notifications, all that stuff is monitored through OBS, and that just patches straight back into both external headphones and LiveView Solo. Now this one here, text to speech, right here, I've turned this one's off. So when I have text to speech on Chrome, that feeds into channels 1 and 2 and also pumps into the LiveView Solo and external headphones. And that's why loopback is so critical, because you can turn those devices on and off. So I don't actually go into OBS. I actually go into loopback and control that stuff. In an ideal world, and I really want a loopback to do this, they would write APIs for Stream Deck, so I could just go, shit yeah, a whole page on my Stream Deck is dedicated to loopback, and I can just trigger stuff on there. That would be so rad. Benny, great waves down there yesterday, dude. How sick was Warrain Beach? I should have gone surfing yesterday. The sun was out, it was warm, there were firing waves. That was beautiful, beautiful. What are we talking about? Let's go and have a look.
I'm turning on text to speech. It's now on. I should be able to hear if you chat to me.
Channel. Hi, Clintus.
So this is when I realized that I hadn't
Intro,
done.
folks.
And see, I think that's bad quality. You know what? Also, folks, I think 1:30 p.m. was too early to do this. I think I should push it back to 2 p.m. start, because then there's less bright skylight, right? Can we have a look at that part? That's what I was going to go to, Benny. I just want to play this bit here, which is the failure of me to run the location screen.
Boznansky at Robert Muller, thank you.
I guess this is as good enough a time to do
Shiloh
it, but
Rose
this is
at
where we're
Bill
going to be going
comes
today,
up with light
folks.
skin tone.
We're going to be going to Culburra Beach. No, I was going to do this at the beginning
Robert
of the
Muller,
stream, but I
by
didn't.
V.W. Gill.
So we're going to check out Culburra Beach,
Gil
folks.
Boznansky, I am loving this bee. You have arced this right out of the park.
I've arced it out of the park? Oh, yeah. So this is where we're at, and we're going to probably, we're going to explore every little suburb around these areas as we go along.
That was me getting that part wrong. That should have been done at the beginning of the stream, but that's cool. Also, you know what I'm going to do? These streams are going to start at 2 p.m., not 1:30, and then as we move further into daylight savings times, we're going to have to start pushing it back even further, because it's going to not get sunset till 8:30, 9 o'clock, right? So we're going to slowly move them back. Good call, good call. You can see, okay. I was going to show you the glitchy, the staggering effect here. At the skate park, you see it too when people cruise across.
And the internet issues were terrible.
So you see how these people that are moving are going like this? That is 100% the refresh rate's not matching. So I hope I've nailed that down, because that to me is bad. That's a poor quality stream when that happens. But first time, right? First stream.
That didn't work at all.
Let's
now
jump
that we
forward
got
to the
live view
surf.
solo, nobody's ever searching that except locals.
We went
So she's
further down
obviously
onto the
local
beach.
from down here.
Wernbert, I just came back from.
Yeah, look at this, folks. And again,
Tim, how you going, buddy? Streaming from Steve Ann.
Oh, wait a sec,
A very strange.
Minnie's channel. Hey Tim.
this is when so this is when we realized that the frame rate on OBS was just going up the wazoo for some weird reason, and all we did to resolve it was to quit OBS, which I'm going to show you how that happens. All I did to resolve the dropping frames was to literally quit OBS, which is kind of unique, right? When you quit OBS and you're live streaming, your live stream falls over. But don't forget, I'm not actually live streaming from OBS. I'm live streaming from the Live View Solo. OBS is just sending a signal into the Live View Solo. So what I've done, and what I should do, watch this.
No worries, Muddy. I'll see you soon, man. What I'm going to do, I'm going to quit OBS, and what you'll
Tim
see...
Hog, what is said when I reversed hand with middle finger extended?
You will see my desktop. You'll just see my desktop
Minnie's
display.
channel.
You'll
Both
still hear
video
me.
good now.
You'll still hear me though, but you won't see anything there.
So that's me having literally quit OBS, and all you see at that point is my desktop. Now, what I could do, obviously, would be to make a desktop wallpaper that basically says, "Hey, folks, I had to quit OBS," and so, or even my wallpaper could just be the thumbnail for the stream, and it's like, okay, so he's still here, because right now this just looks like I've changed scenes, right? You know what would be an ideal thing if you could set wallpaper to be a video. Could you imagine if I could make a video or an animated GIF or something? Because then this is seamless, right? Like this is technically this is a stream dying, but it's not dead. It's still streaming. It's just that it's seeing my desktop wallpaper. I like this, and you can hear me talking underneath it because I'm not using OBS to bring in my microphone. It's going through the loopback.
For a little while, I'm going to just try loading OBS again and see.
Beautiful conditions,
I
totally,
don't know
Benny.
if that's made a difference at all. I'll just try
Totally,
loading
wasn't
it
it?
back up again. So you'll now see it again come in, but you would have.
Or
heard
even
me
I
the
don't
whole
even
time
mind
then.
it like that. I don't
heard.
even mind it looking like that, right? A graphic.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, so now I'm back.
I forgot to
And
turn
the
it on.
frames are at 25 frames a second, 29. That's better, but I also noted behind it, Chrome is doing all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, I think Chrome's the issue here, folks. I
Not
think
the
Chrome's
real
the issue.
McCoy. That looks heaps better than where I went out this morning.
Oh man, it's really rad out here, dude, at the moment. Okay, so that should be better. That's at 30 frames a second. That should be better.
Now I forget to turn it back on.
Look at this, dude. Oh,
Robert
So at that
Muller,
point, someone
nice
needs to tell
photo.
me,
that
Dude,
was a
yeah.
good photo on screen. Oh, by the way, hang on a second.
you haven't turned on the OBS yet.
I got to do this here.
I haven't turned on the output. This will come up
Wernbert,
again.
hi, Mum.
There you go.
Okay, so we're back. We're back now. We should be good now. I see 30 frames a second.
Mindy's channel, no video.
No, yeah, but now there will be. I know you guys didn't have it for a bit there.
And also, I've
Now
got to
we do.
remember
Yeah, you
to
do now.
set my
That's
camera.
Weird. I got to keep an eye on that.
ISO
I've never
needs to be
seen-
adjusted.
I wouldn't have thought that there'd be a frame issue when I'm not streaming from OBS. I'm literally just sending the signal out of OBS. It's not doing anything, but yet it's still gave me a frame issue.
Look at this barrel here, dudes. That's
Hey,
no
why
one's
not have a
hitting.
slash,
There's
folks?
no one there.
Mm.
Oh, there was a dude
Jan
there.
Wilson, good vibes.
You see that? Oh, Jan Wilson in the
Mindy's
house.
channel, you're back.
Hello, Jan.
Local.
Oh, totally got barreled. Look how
Robert
clean
Muller,
that is.
you're back.
See,
Look how clean.
at that spot, right? Let's just say hypothetically, I could go out surfing there. I could lock Steve Ann, leave the stream running, get the solar panel, put it in the sun, and go out for a wave. I could even turn the GH5 around and zoom it in on a particular break, right? And then you'd be getting a live surf. The only thing with that is you'd have to have the solar panel, so the car would be locked and everything would be running on the inside. I'd probably open the windows up a little just to let the heat out, because all this tech heats up. But I could. The thing with the solar panel is you could steal it because it's just an Anderson cable plugged in, but then they'd be caught on live camera, right? It'd be a bit of a dick maneuver. You know what I'll do? That's what we'll do. We'll check the surf on the D Live. We'll check the surf, and maybe we'll have if I can get that car spot, because that car spot is the only spot that'll work for that. But I could do that. I could literally do that. I could have the GH5 turned around. So the camera down here where I am would be a. How would you like it? Would you like the main view to be... Oh, we can work it out. But I mean, how exciting is this? How sick is this? This is so cool. This is what I wanted from live streaming. This concept, to be able to do this. It's just unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. Let's continue watching the surf, though.
I mean, that is out there, folks. I wonder if that's just a thing that OBS gets a bottleneck after a while.
This is a lot better.
Yeah, this is going to be much cleaner now. I got to keep an eye on it. You know what I'm going to do? These guys are going to get pissed off because I've been sitting here with my engine running.
Great surf. Wish I was there.
I'm going to get out of here so that they don't have to hear my engine the whole time.
Yeah, the dude turned around.
I'll take a slash in the bowling
Wendy's
club
channel. Hi, Jan.
I'll take a slash here at the surf club toilets, and then I'll take you up to Penguin Head. So if I just pull up here,
See that jittering?
there's a bathroom right there.
That's totally the refresh
I can
rate.
leave the
Let's skim forward and see what else we wanted to look at. Oh, you see the jittering really clearly here with these people walking past. Watch this. See the movement? They're really you can tell it's a frame rate issue. Very clear. Benny says yes, new options. Yeah, totally, Benny. I'm so excited, man.
Robert Muller at the Happy Canadian.
Oh shit, that's right.
Shiloh Rose.
Hear the text to speech and I thought it was on this stream.
Wernbert, the fish and chips shop hasn't changed.
Yeah, that's when I come back with the jack. You see me jumping there? Jittery. That's gonna be resolved.
This makes me happy.
So then we sat down out at the sunset.
If this was D Live, we'd be playing a cap game right now.
And we got sunset style as it
Just
obviously
saying,
what's that full screen going like that for?
We can't
Obviously
do that
at this
on
point,
YouTube, as you know,
the
so we'll
sun,
just chill out here and
you know,
chit-chat, but
so people were saying, "Oh, that's too glary, dude." And I'm like, "Yeah, but don't forget, we're going to sit here for the sunset, so it's going to get progressively better as it goes along." So while the sun's still up in the sky, it looks rubbish, but then the closer that gets to the horizon, the better it's going to look.
you know, that's the idea of D Live. It's be like, okay, cap game time, and we cap game it up while we're out here. Looking forward to that.
I was amazed at how long these batteries lasted too. Oh, they're on charge right now too.
Yeah.
So then we sat right through till sunset. I drank 2 jacks.
That's a very...
And the beauty of this, right? It's gonna get like these ones here, these local streams. When I can just drive home, I'm not gonna sleep in the van, right? But when we get further to the south, I'm gonna be like, well, we're gonna pull up a spot where I'm gonna stay overnight. And even if you can't stay there, you know, you could maybe you'd say, oh, they'll come and tell you to move on from that primo spot. Well, sure, I'll just drive the car. Actually, you won't be able to do that, will you? I was gonna say I'll just drive it into like a suburban street and pull up because you don't need to wake up. Anyway, we'll work it out. We'll drive around and find spots, right? That's the option.
Enough. That's fair. I mean, you could. I would like to think that I could reach out to staff at YouTube. Just over 10 years ago, before live streaming was really possible. Yeah. Interesting that 4G has become. I mean, right now, this technology, 2 4G connections bonded together through LiveU Solo. I guess this has existed for quite some time, but
Campfire streams, totally, Benny. Yes, dude.
I mean,
don't forget that Steve Ann's a 4-wheel drive. We can go off road. We're not Like in the suburbs, we're restricted because there's no real off-road areas. But when we get further down the coast, as long as we're near towers, right, we can take this car into the bush. I can just pull up somewhere. Oh, there's a track goes up there. Let's go up it. As long as we stay within the tower area, I think. See, that's the thing. I don't even know. I think the Live View Solo patches into the 2 towers. I don't think we're going to be succumbing to the tower thing. I think we can do what we want. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. It'll be a little while before we get into that, but
I guess no one's done this yet because I don't know. I don't know why no one's doing this. I don't know why there's not other people that have already got onto this. I mean, you've got Chill Outdoors, who does great IRL streams.
Gave a little bit of a tour around the van.
Can you show Steve Van? If so, is there a video? No, I kind of showed it when I set my stream up, but I guess I could show it to you now. I'll show it to you now. I'll show you Steve Van.
My chair kept sinking into the grass.
I can't hear you in the chat at the moment, but I'm going to show you Steve Van. I can't really lift this up and move it around too much, but I'll show you streaming from Steve Van, the setup right here, right now. There's Steve Van in there. We got, there's my 2 4G connections. There's my MIMO antenna system. Stoked that works as well as it does. That's just where I'm going to be sleeping, not tonight, but you know. Oh, look at that sunset in the mirror there. Shit, yeah. This is the setup here. Oh, by the way, I had the solar panels cranked up earlier. There's no more sun to get any solar action. We got the coast here. Look at this, folks. Look at this.
Bit jumpy there, isn't it?
Are you serious? Look at this. Look. Oh, look at this pink sky. Shit, yeah. Holy crap, look at this. Look at this. Hold on. You see that?
Yeah.
I'm that?
Pretty
that
wrapped.
Is beautiful. We are doing it, loving it, living it, loving it.
And then we wrapped up the stream.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. I'm glad all the preparation paid off. Thank you very much. Folks,
what a cool sunset.
This is a new thing that I do.
There you go. I mean, streaming from Steve Van, right? I was looking last night, actually. One of the times we do this, I wanted to go south, but I think I should go a little north as well. And I want to show you Greenwell Point. And then I thought maybe I could take you onto Comerong Island. You got to take a little punt across, and it's just like a desolate island. Maybe we could take a surf there. I don't know, but I don't think you can camp on Comerong Island. Like you've seen Chris Bamman stay overnight on Comerong Island because he's got a boat, but I don't know if you can. I mean, he did it. I don't know. If I go across if I take the punt across, and then I say to the dudes, what happens if you miss the last punt back? They're like, well, then you got to stay here. Well, that's camping, right? So I don't know. Maybe we'll just go over there and miss the last punt back, and I'll stay over there. Mindy, so beautiful. Yeah, Mindy, that last scene. I mean, look at that. It's lit perfectly with one light. Arguably, you could probably have a second light and give that better backlighting. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm dead set thinking about getting another one of these panels and having it for backlighting. Just calm down, dude. Calm down. All right, I'll calm down. I'll calm down. Folks, I'm super buzzy about this. What I want to do though, and again for the regulars, you'll be like, okay, this is when we're going to bump out. Fair enough, but this is July, and I want to promote my album. I want to promote my album here. I'm gonna play the promo for my album. If you're new to the channel and you're not sure what's going on here, I've recorded a record, and it's out now. You can get it. This video will tell you how you can get it. For those that want to bump out and leave, I understand. After this run, I'll put the link in the chat to get the album, and then we'll come back and we'll end the stream. But Benny, it was a beautiful day down the whole East Coast yesterday. Stoked you captured it on your stream. Yeah, Benny, was it really? It wasn't just here. It was all up. Yeah, rad, man. Are we going to see a Cooking with Gives segment, says TKK. I mean, arguably, when I'm out doing these streaming from Steve Ann's, the cooking won't be anything flash. It'll just be me possibly reheating something on a gas stove, like a pre-made meal or maybe some snags or something. So I don't like eating on stream, to be honest, but if we're going to be out camping, then I've got to eat dinner as well. So we're going to be cooking, but it's not going to be like, I'm not going to make pizzas and crap. It's just going to be just food to get into my gut. But folks, here comes our Faffy Day's in the house. G'day, Faffy Day. How are you, buddy? Just in good timing, we're going to run the promo for my album. This video will explain everything.
Welcome back to the, no, not a slightly random daily song at all. This is not slightly random, and this is not a song. This is a video to explain to you the Armageddon and how you can get your own copy of the Armageddon. Now, what's the Armageddon? It's my latest release. You know, I've been talking about the music I make under the moniker of That's Well, we've been discussing the latest recording. It's been taking place for the last little while. I'm happy to announce that today is release day, July 1, 2020. Why have I chosen the date July 1st for the release here? No reason except that everything kind of moved towards that being the end point of the recording process. And I figured for the whole month of July, I could promote this album, getting it into your hands. I want to give it to you for free. That's the thing. I want to give you the album for free. So as of today, and right through the whole month of July, there will be a link that I'll make clear to you either in the description here or in the chat. This is the link for you to go to and to nab the album for free, completely for free. You can download those MP3s and go to town. But the reason I want to talk to you more in detail about that is because I also want you to be able to get your hands on a hard copy if you want it. Now, you may not want this. You may just want the songs, and that's cool. But if you do want a hard copy of the album, you're gonna have to buy it, and it's not like you're buying it off a shelf. I'm only gonna print the amount that people order. So from July 1, let's say through to July 30, right? That's the whole month. That's the order process. So if you put your order in anytime in July, that means you are getting a hard copy of the album, but it hasn't been made yet. At the end of July, I will snap that process off, and if you've ordered, we'll go on and get those printed, and then I'll ship them to you. Now, the cost will be very, very negligible. I'm not looking to make money here. I'm not a musician. I'm a live streamer. I create content. I enjoy making music, but that's not the point of this. The point of it is to have a bit of a laugh. The only reason I want to do the hard copy is because last time with the second umming, so many people wanted a hard copy, and I only had 20 made. So this time, I'm not making them until I know how many are wanted. So if you do want to nab a hard copy, go to that link, do all the things there. While you're there, grab the download. This here is not the album. This is mocked artwork. This is the cover of the album, but that is not the actual album. On the album, there are a bunch of songs.
There was a time when I tried to explain. It was very blunt, but on the right track. I smoked him hard after a bottle of Jack. And what I said I would never take back. But he took it the way that a schoolboy would.
Without going too deep into the details, I recorded everything. Guitars, bass, lead guitar, rhythm guitar, vocals. You know Duncan, Buzz Kingo. On certain tracks, he came down here and helped out, added his little bit to it as well. That's all listed on the liner notes in the artwork. Another reason why you'd want to get a hard copy. Having Duncan down here to help out with the music was so rad. It was so much fun. But he's not the only guest to appear on the album. Out here in the ocean, one day I was surfing with a South African guy who was holidaying in the next door house. And after a bit of chit-chatting, we got hanging out. And he kind of said, oh, just curiously, do you happen to have an instrument? I mean, I've been missing the guitar. I play a bit of guitar. He came in, we had a jam, we wrote a song. It's on the album. That all came from surfing right here. Just random surfing with a stranger.
It's looking for the dream. Today we're gonna feel like never before. Number 3, tomorrow the same.
Also featured on the album is the handiwork of Lachlan Sheehan. Now Lachlan is the sound engineer with Tracer. He did a beautiful, beautiful job at polishing a turd. He didn't just polish a turd, he rubbed that thing until it shone like Jupiter in all of its glory. Does Jupiter shine? I don't know, but whatever Lachlan did, he made this stuff way better than what it was. Lockie, dude, thank you so much, man. Go and have a listen to this and tell me this doesn't sound audibly, sonically insane. Lockie, yeah! There's also a few cover songs in here. Now, you guys wanted me to do 4 Non-Blondes, so I did that. That's in there.
Sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out, what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the
There's also a Pink Floyd cover. There's also an Omnis cover, right? I covered one of my own songs. And the rest of that stuff is brand new material for you to enjoy. But that's not all. You know me and music. My favorite band is Ween. I love the band Ween. And so to make this release even more special, I recorded 20 covers of Ween songs, and it's on this album here. The point of me showing you that is, that's also for you as part of this package. When you download the album, The Armageddon, you get this as a bonus free disc. And if you order a hard copy of The Armageddon, you also get a hard copy of 10 more songs by Ween.
I don't know where you're coming from, but I wish you'd go away. And I don't know where you get your money from, but I wish I didn't have to be the one to pay. And I'm not sure how to say.
I've chosen to call it 10 more songs by Ween, but put 20 songs on there to be a little bit silly. But anyway, that's there for you as well. And I'll also throw in some Gives a Minute stickers for those hard copy orders. If you order a hard copy, you'll get some stickers. You'll get 3 things. You'll get the Armageddon, you'll get 10 more songs by Ween, you get a bunch of Gives a Minute stickers. I might even write a handwritten note on there for you as well. But you have to do it between now, July 1, and July 30. After July 30, there will be no more orders. Whatever it is, the number that we have, the amount, is what we go on order. There'll be about a month delay between when they get manufactured and when I can ship them to you. So if you order any time between now and the end of July, I would expect you to receive your copy of The Armageddon in September. That'd be the earliest. I'd say August will be the production, then there'll be the mail out. I reckon September you'd get it. That's why there's the download link to grab the music right now if you want it. Don't come to me after July and say, I want the album, man. You won't be able to get it. You'll have to go to Spotify's and Apple Music and all that place to buy it. This is the 1 month of opportunity. It's July, the opportunity month. Is that enough promo? I don't know about doing promo for my own music. There it is. I promoted my own music. Now look, while I sit down and take a listen to both The Armageddon and 10 more songs by Ween, you guys can go back to the live stream. This is not a Slightly Random Daily Song. Just go back to the live stream. I'll see you there.
And here I am. There you are. Welcome back to the Streamski. Karen in the house. G'day, howdy y'all. Hey Karen, how you going? Good to see you. And Faffy, how you doing? There's the link, folks. If you wanted to grab the album for free, it's in the chat up there. Free download of the Armageddon. Go and do that for the month of July. Now, I incorrectly said July has 30 days. It actually has 31 days. So you got 31 days to go ahead and download that link. Download the album. You get both my album and the covers album by Ween. And if you want to order a hard copy, you can do that there as well. Again, you won't hear me talk about this after the month of July. I know you might be sick of it. I'm a little sick of it, to be honest myself. I'm a little over it. We are now the 20th of July. We got a few more days worth of promotion, and then I'm going to order the ones that have been ordered. So if you are thinking about ordering it, do it now. Karen, I don't usually catch Mr. B on YouTube. Deliver stays up later. D-Live. Yes, I do a daily stream here on YouTube for the month of July as part of Julive, Karen. And I also do my daily content on DLive. But just to wrap up this stream here, a little about the IRL stuff, streaming from Steve Ann. So the plan, as you know, the plan is to do the 2 sets of streams. So we've done the YouTube stream for Culburra Beach. We're going to do the DLive version of the Culburra Beach stream either on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday this week, depending on whatever the weather's doing. And then my plan is to not do an IRL for the next week, so there'll be a gap between that, and then come back and do the YouTube version of the Orient Point stream, and then the next week do the DLive version of the Orient Point, then a week off, then the YouTube. So we're going to go 2 weeks on, 1 week off, right? Approximately. It might not always be that way, but that's how we're kind of going to roll with it. So we'll do YouTube DLive week off, YouTube DLive week off, YouTube DLive week off. That's how, because I can't go every weekend driving around, you know. We can't. At this point, that's what we're going to do. But we'll see how it rolls out. But look, if anybody has any other points they want to hit here on this stream about the IRL content, please go ahead now. Or shall we wrap this thing up? I'm still completely buzzed. I got to do some stuff. I got to do some technical stuff, because to set this up for DLive, there's a couple of different things. Like, we're going to have music playing, and we're going to have different alerts and whatnot. So I got to do a couple of extra things on the setup. But I mean, if you've got comments that you want to add now, or should we wrap the stream up? It's up to you guys. I'm always going to leave this open to the givers, but I feel like I've had the discussion. I feel like I've got what I needed to say out there. But if anyone wants to add their own little bit or their thoughts, by all means, go ahead. I'm all earses, if you like. I'm all Kansas. But I'm still so... I mean, look at this screen, folks. Look at this. That looks so sick, right? That's live streaming at that point. That gives me a great deal of pleasure just to see that up on the screen. The light work, everything was just beautiful. Very cool. All right, judging on the lack of comments, I'd suggest everybody's cool if we wrap this thing up then. I guess that's what we're going to do then. I mean, I'll leave it up to you guys, but I guess we're good to wrap it up. I'll see you all on DLive later on today, where I'll talk a little bit about this. Not much. We did that follow-up stream after the YouTube stream last night. But I can hear the outro music rolling right now. I'll see you all here tomorrow for a Jack Daniels opening. That bottle, tomorrow. That's come around quick. Yeah!